Welcome to the Way of Wisdom. I'm Sharon Webster, Kingdom Legacy Builder, prophetic voice, and licensed financial professional. And this is the place where prophetic timing meets covenant wealth. We have just entered the fourth Hebrew month of Tammuz. And I want to speak directly into where many of you are right now, in the middle of the year, feeling the weight of what was promised and the pressure of what hasn't yet arrived. This teaching is for you. Tammuz is the month of the eye, sight, vision, and specifically what you gaze upon. The Hebrew letter for the month is Chet. Chet is the 8th letter of the Hebrew alphabet. 8 is the number of new beginnings. What is above and beyond the natural cycle? And Het carries the word Chaim, life, not mere existence, abundant life. The life that is above what the world can produce, above what impatience can manufacture. The shape of Het pictures a gate, 2 doorposts connected by a threshold above. And in Tammuz, the gate matters. What you allow through the gate of your eye determines what takes up residence in your life, your finances, your household, your legacy. Jesus said in Matthew 6, "The light of the body is in the eye. If the eye is single, fixed, clear, undivided, the whole body is full of light. If the eye is dark, scattered, fear-driven, fixed on the wrong thing, the darkness is great." That is the warning of Tammuz, and it comes from history. One of the most sobering events in all of Scripture happened in this very month. After Israel came out of Egypt, after the Red Sea, after the miracles of Nisan and the provision of Moses went up to Mount Sinai in Savan to receive the Torah, the instruction, the blueprint, the covenant design for how a freed people were to build, govern, and live. And while he was on the mountain, the people waited. And then they stopped waiting. Exodus 32:1 says, "When the people saw that Moses delayed to come down, they gathered themselves to Aaron and said, 'Make us gods that shall go before us.'" This is Tammuz. The golden calf was forged in this month. And I want you to understand something. They did not build it out of defiance. They built it out of impatience. They could not endure the delay of what God was doing in the unseen. They needed something visible, immediate, tangible, right now. And so they took the gold God had given them coming out of Egypt, the very wealth, my friend, of their deliverance, and they built a counterfeit with it. The golden calf is what happens when impatience overrides instruction. And it is a financial decision, not a spiritual one. They used covenant resources to fund a substitute for the real thing. And it cost them the inheritance they were walking toward. How many of us have done that? Use what God gave us in the breakthrough to fund something that looks like provision, but is actually just impatience wearing a religious name. Here's where I want to spend a moment, because the antidote matters. The antidote to the golden calf is not more self-discipline. The antidote is worship. When the people built the calf, they had stopped beholding God. They shifted their gaze from the mountain where he was moving to the silence and the waiting they could not endure. The moment you stop worshiping is the moment you become vulnerable to building a substitute. Worship keeps the gate. You cannot build a golden calf while you are genuinely beholding God. In Tammuz, worship is a strategic act. Now let me connect this directly to where we have been. In Sivan, the month we just came out of, the central theme was instruction, covenant structure. The Torah had been given. The waiting trap teaching many of you received was this: will you build what God showed you? Or will you mistake delay for denial? Sivan gave the instruction. Tammuz reveals whether that instruction was obeyed or overridden by impatience. Deuteronomy 8:2 says, God led Israel through the wilderness to humble them, to prove them, to know what was in their heart, whether they would keep his commandments or his word or not. Tammuz is a proving month, not to punish you, to reveal what your eye is actually fixed on. And this is where the summer prophetic anchor word returns. Don't go to Egypt. Genesis 26, Isaac is in famine, real famine, not symbolic, not mild. The pressure is real. And the natural move, the move his father had made, was to go to Egypt. Egypt was the world's economy, the place you go when things get lean. And God said, don't go. Stay in the land. I will show you. Isaac obeyed. He stayed. He redug the wells of his father. He hit resistance at Isaac. He hit more resistance at Sitnah. And then Rehoboth. Wide open spaces, room enough, and in that same famine year, he reaped 100-fold. That is Tammuz. When impatience is pressuring and pressing us to move beyond God, God says, stay in the land, keep redigging. Rehoboth is closer than Egypt looks. So I want to leave you with 3 questions to carry you through this month. These are covenant discernment questions, not guilt, not condemnation. Let the Lord use them. Question 1, what is my eye fixed on? Is your financial gaze on the promise of God for your family or on the pressure of right now? Question number 2, did I build what Sivan revealed? Instruction without action is just information. Did you move? Question 3, am I trying to go to Egypt? Where are you tempted right now to take a shortcut that bypasses covenant process? Name it, bring it to the Lord, and let him show you where Rehoboth is. I want to close with a declaration over your life. Your eye is being cleared in this month. Worship will guard the gate of your vision all month long. Chaim, abundant life, is your inheritance in this season. You will not go to Egypt. You will redig the wells. Rehoboth is your portion. What God revealed in Sivan, you will build in Tammuz. Your eye is single. Your body is full of light. You see what God sees. In the name of Yeshua, so be it, and so it is. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe, share this episode with someone who needs a word for the second half of this year, and I will see you in the next episode. Stay in the land, guard your gate, and worship your way through. Until next time, this is Sharon. Shalom.